My name is Doreen Datson, and I'm a sexual abuse survivor. I was 8 years old then, and it, it it's something that didn't happen like once. It happened continuously. But then the first one I actually really remember that is imprinted in my mind was when my parents had traveled. My dad and then my stepmom had traveled, and then I was in the care of my nanny. That's like our house help, and my father's younger brother. So it's more like my uncle. And he had completed senior high school by then. So he came to like spend the holidays with us to awaiting his results. So I remembered my housemaid, like our nanny asked me to go and bath. And I kept running around. So she complained to my uncle. And then he called me and asked me why I don't want to go and bath. And I was like, oh, I was playing. I just wanted to play for her because it was a Saturday and I didn't have anywhere to go. I had finished my extra classes and everything. And then he told our nanny to go and get a cane for him so that he would lash me. So he took me inside the guest room and then he asked me to bend down, put my hands on my toes, and then he lashed me. He lashed the living daylight out of me. So I was crying and he told me to take off my clothes. So he was going to bath me. And because I was afraid, I took all my clothes off. And then he asked me to bend down again. And I was like, but I thought he said he was going to bath me. He said he's going to give me lashes on my buttocks so that next time when my nanny asks me to go and bath, I'll go and bath. And so he lashed me again and then took me out. And he said he himself was going to bath me. So he started bathing me, and then before I realized, his hands were all over my private parts and he was trying to insert them, and I wanted to scream, and then he covered my mouth and told me that it was nothing. He just wanted to help me wash the place. So I was, as young as I didn't think it was anything serious. So that evening I was sleeping and then I felt something heavy on me. Mostly because I was young and I used to urinate on the bed a lot. They let me sleep on the mat on the floor. So I don't wear anything, I just wear a dress and then I sleep on the mat because there's a rubber on the floor so that I don't pee on the bed. And then I felt something heavy lying on me. So I woke up in an instant. And then when I woke up, it was my uncle. He tried penetrating and it was so painful. So I was trying to scream, but then he had his hand covered on my mouth. So I couldn't scream, I couldn't do anything. And then he did what he thought he wanted to do and then got up and left. So I was bleeding. And then I was crying. So my nanny woke up. I think she was a deep sleeper. So the time she heard me crying, she woke up and then she asked me why I crying. And I said my abdomen was hurting me. She asked me what happened. I was like, I don't know. Uncle was on me. I don't know what he was doing. But then when he finished, my abdomen was hurting me. So she asked my uncle. She went to my uncle's room and then asked him like, what did he do? He was like, oh, probably it's because of the beating he gave me. That's why I'm screaming and crying like that. I had wanted to tell my stepmom though, but when she came back, they gave her so many complaints about me, and she also gave me her version of her beating. So I couldn't tell her anything. And my dad wasn't the type that normally stays at home. The second time it happened again, that one my stepmom had gone out. They hadn't traveled, they had gone out, and then he repeated the same thing again. It was in the afternoon. It repeated consequently like that till I was like age 10. So then he left and I couldn't tell my mom about it because that was when the issues with my stepmom started. I had my younger brother and my younger sister. Anything bad that happens in the house, it's always during that cause. It's during this, during that, during this, during that. So till now, that is how it. But till now, I haven't been able to tell my mom or my dad anything about it. From SS, I moved to my real mom's place, but my real mom is also the kind that she's very quick-tempered. She doesn't listen. She doesn't want to listen to anything. Whatever she sees is right, that is what she acts upon. And then she's the kind of unbearable type. So I wasn't able to open up to her. So I also couldn't tell her because so doctor asked me to confide in my mom, but my mom and my dad are the kind of people like when you tell them something or when something happens in the house, they would take it out and put it in a conversation, like be telling their friends. I don't know whether they are trying to get advice or anything, but then so I felt I can't tell them about it because if I tell them, they would disgrace me to other people. So I just decided to keep it to me. So the only person that knows about this issue is my psychotherapist. What I can say, or the little advice I can give out to parents, is that because I'm also a parent myself and I have a daughter, I wouldn't want my daughter to end up the way I am. I had to learn things the hard way. So the advice I'll give to mothers especially is that don't always shout on your kids, or don't do things that will push your kids away from you. You should do stuff like try to bring them close to you. Be more of the best friend, the sister they can get in you, and don't go out don't compare your kids to other people. It's one thing that brings down a child's confidence, or because when I was growing up, they always compare me to people, and it made me feel like I wasn't good for anything. Do we think it's only drug abuse that destroy people's life, or whatever abuse is, but sex abuse is also one thing that really, really destroys people's life, especially if you have to be a woman.